Hi, I'm Binny, and I'm a Filipina. I moved here in Australia in 1982 and stayed in Tasmania for 25 years. 3 years ago, I moved to Queensland. There was a time in our life where it was just me and my daughter. And what happened was, after she spent a gap year in England, at a school in England, she must have tasted life in a bigger city. When she started university, she decided to take up the offer here in Queensland. And so that decision made us like nearly 3 hours flight from each other. And so practically most of my spare time was spent coming to Queensland. In 2012, I decided to move to Queensland permanently. The biggest challenge when I moved to Queensland was having to start all over again, because I left my friends, my network. I mean, after 25 years, it's normal for anyone to have established herself or with themselves in a place. And so I left all that behind me. So I decided, like, okay, am I going to be alone? Because sometimes being alone by yourself. So I have to address that. I decided I need to meet people. I look at different ways or organizations I can volunteer to. And I started with Flower Foundation. It's a foundation that gives flowers to, deliver flowers actually, to the sick people, to as well socially isolated people. And I thought to myself, I should be one of those recipients because I was, in a way, superficially isolated. One time, out of nostalgia, I suppose, I was flicking the station on radio, and I heard music, the Filipino music, and it was here in Brisbane. And that's how I discovered 4EB, a Filipino radio. I connected with them. That was actually the start of my career in broadcasting. I was trusted into a leadership role, and so I became the convener of Filipino radio. Now there's 11 of us. After that, invited to be part of the Barrio Fiesta. The first year, we had about 7,000 people. That was actually a shock to us. There had been so many successful events, successful things I did, especially on the community side, the fundraising. However, how my daughter how she had grown up is what I consider my success. Bringing up a child in two different cultures, I see as a challenge. I've been brought up in a different culture, and that is the only way of bringing up a child that I know how. The culture out there that she's exposed to and the values is totally different from the values I instill in her at home. Having finished university and working, well, that is an accomplishment. However, the biggest achievement I consider is that she's well-rounded and enjoyed the best of both worlds. My advice to other women who have recently moved or who feel isolated, if you can, if you have the opportunity, look at different options. Look at volunteering. Make a phone call to your local council, because from volunteering you actually meet people. You actually develop friends as well. What's next for Binny? The dream of making the Filipinos known out there. There are so many successful Filipinos here in Queensland, but I doubt if a lot of people also know their existence.